think I'm live, so I'm seeing myself, so I'm pretty sure that everything is working. I'm just gonna double check on the chat to make sure that you guys can see me. So there we go. Yes, I see you. I see you. Perfect. Just let me know that the image is coming. It's not a mirror image, because last time we had a little bit of an issue with the camera being you know on the wrong side for you guys. So hello everyone. There's somebody there to help us. I hope they got my list of supplies. I hope so. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Natalie D'Souza. I'm part of the design team, and I'm going to be your host for the next little bit. We're going to create, again, a magical memory keeping layer. We are going to create a memory keeping layer with some fun ideas that I think it will work for any type of project, not just a memory keeping video. Remember that if you share today's video with your friends, you have a chance to win a gift certificate to the shop, and there's a lot of beautiful things in the shop that I'm pretty sure you want to get. And I'm reading, let us know where you're watching us from. I'm coming from Toronto, Canada. It's hot and muggy here in Toronto, Canada. It's about to rain too, so it makes it it's really hot up here. I'm sure that there's places that it's in the southern hemisphere they're nice and cool. Up here it's like really hot. We're in the middle of summer, so for some people it's like super fun this summer. For me it's like I don't like summer that much, but regardless. So today we're gonna play with newer stuff, older stuff. We're gonna combine a few things. Like I said, I'm hoping I got my supply list, but I have everything here. So I'm gonna flip the camera. I'm gonna talk about everything that I'm gonna use. An idea is gonna be something a little bit interactive for my page, just a little flap, nothing major. And then we're gonna get started because there's quite a bit to do. So, let me just find the camera button. So just bear with me, guys. Remember, I'm not used to this one all the time. So we're gonna see. Make sure, like I said, let me know that I'm not mirror image. If not, I think I'm fine. I see it myself right now. So there we go. Let me know. Okay. You're gonna hear me better because I'm getting close to the microphone now. So, like I said, let me know. Let me just turn on some more lights. Let's see what's better. White light. White light is better. There we go. So adding more light. There you go. So we are going to actually, the words are backwards, you see? Okay, so see, this is what I said. Make sure you let me know. So give me 1 second. I'm gonna fix this right now. Okay, let me know if that worked. I am the wrong way. Okay, let's try one thing here. Tell me if I'm okay now. Okay, that's better. Okay, so let me flip it to high definition now. So okay, perfect. Okay, so I learned how to do it now. So today we're gonna work with quite a few products actually, but what we're gonna focus on is the morning asters. This is the Build a Garden. I'm gonna take it off the plastic so you don't get the glare. And we're gonna use a lot of black and white. We're gonna use some color because I have pictures that are in color, and that means that I want something that is not gonna compete with my pictures, but I want it to be work along with them. So this is the Morning Aster Build a Garden set, and it's beautiful. It has a lot of movement, but the reason I chose this is because it has a lot of details, even in black and white. So that's gonna be important for today, okay? Because like I said, it is going to be something that once you see the pictures, you're gonna understand why I went to black and white. Okay, and I also pulled out, this is the Metal Reflections stamp set, and I pulled it out because I want the butterflies. Okay, so I stamped those ahead of time. I did a little bit of work ahead of time. So let me move this to the side, and I'm gonna show you what my idea is. So I have my paper already perforated. You know that I work, like my daily documenting is in a 6x8 album. That means that my pages are 7 inches in width by 8.5 inches in height. So I hope that the light is good and everything. So I have, this is my cousin and her daughter, little one that happened to be my goddaughters. And I wanted these pictures because I thought they were hilarious. They have the same personality. They're very bubbly. They love those things. So I thought that this would be a great thing. And you see, there's a lot of color. So I don't want something that's gonna compete with it. I want something that's gonna play along and it's gonna enhance both the flowers and the pictures. So like I said, I've stamped quite a few of them. I've done it ahead of time because it's gonna take some work. So I have them here. My idea is you're gonna see that I haven't cut my page yet. So what I want to do is I'm gonna create a flap, okay? Because I'm gonna show you one of the reasons why. This is my little album, and it gets really chunky, okay? Because I have a lot. I document at least one thing every day. I'm behind, not behind, but I just okay. So the day before, and I'm gonna sneak peek it because you guys, I'm gonna try not to show you things that are coming up. So it's gonna go right next to this, and you'll see how this came together like on the weekend. So this page is gonna sit right here. So if I put it like this, it's gonna be a lot of color next to this, just so you see it quickly. There's a rainbow right there. So I wanna kind of, the word's not camouflage, but I just wanna dim a little bit of the color. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna create a flap here so that I fold. It covers the pictures and it brings something here. So it kind of remains neutral with this side, but when you open, you can read the story and everything else. So we're gonna work on that right now. And you'll see how this page came together. If you check the blog this week, I actually created a video on how to do that too. So let's start by creating this. So like I said, my page is 7 inches in width. This is an 8.5 by 11. That means that I have to create a flap at around 4 inches. I have my scoring board right here. I keep it nice in my box. My little tool right here. And thank you for sharing, the feed. I am glad you guys are here. We're also so happy that you guys come join us. I know it's the summer. I know you guys are busy. For most of you, you're enjoying your summer. So we're really thankful that you're with us. So I'm going to score it around 4 inches because, like I said, it's an 11-inch width. I want just to create a flap here. And it's not going to cover the entire page. It's just going to cover part of it, but it's going to be enough to create a little bit of break from all the color on the other page. And kind of help me kind of tie the stories together. One of the things about keeping my journal, like you said, I keep 2 different, guys, I have like 6 journals going. Okay, I have like 3 or 4 going all the time. I have a Bible journal, a gratitude journal, I have my daily journal, and I have my family journal. So my family journal is the one that I tend to share a lot with you guys because it's stories of my family or my gratitude journal. So I have my flap here ready. Okay, simple as that. You're gonna see it's not gonna cover all the images, but enough to just give it a little bit of a rest to the eye. Okay, so I'm gonna put my little scoring board away because cleanliness is next to godliness. And trust me, I could use some of that. I'm gonna, I was just in this chat a little while ago. I actually had a live session maybe a half an hour ago that I just finished with our friends at Pinkbush Studio. It was a conflict of scheduling. I didn't realize it until I looked at the calendar that I scheduled both the lives on the same day. So it's been a fun day. Okay, so here you go. See? So I want my pictures to go here. I already know that my pictures are going to sit right here. See, it's not going to be completely covered. You're going to see part of it. And that's fine. I don't want, and then that's going to give me space to add my story here. Now, give me space to add my title and bring some interest. So let's start working with the inset. And that's what I said. It's going to take a little bit of work. Okay? So you're going to see that the colors that I picked, there's a lot of pale pink, because my little ones were in pale pink. There's that blue background. I don't want to emphasize on the blue, but my cousin's wearing green. So those are the 2 colors that I want to pick because I want to make sure that those make the picture stand out. So I'm going to set my pictures right here. And let's pull out a stencil. So let me just clean up a bit here and have all the pieces of the stuff here. And I have my stamp wheel here on the side, but I'm not going to use my stamp wheel because it's a larger area. So I have two ideas, and I'm going to start with this. I think that I want to create, let's just play with the idea of this. See, it's called the Mighty Corner Stencil. I think I want to put it right there. I just want to make sure that your eye comes to the pictures. Just remember, this is going to sit right at the center. So I think that's a great place to bring a focal point. Okay, and I'm going to do it on both sides. I'm going to do it on that end, and then I'm going to do it on the opposite end. So the lines are going to fit right in the center. So for this, take this out of the way. I'm going to use my little grid here on the mat. Let me take the pictures away. This is the Mighty Corners stencil. Let me find my inks. You're going to see that I found these containers at the dollar store, and I even have the colors handy. We're going to use Dusty Pink for this. This is one of the new colors that was just released from Ultimate, and I love the color, like love the color. And I want, even though they want like really this vibrant pink, I don't want something that's super vibrant because I don't want to take away from the photos. So I'm just lining this up so that the line starts at the edge of the paper. And I have my satin tape here with me. I'm going to help myself to this. I'm going to hold it in place. And I'm going to tack it here. Go softly over here. Okay. And I'm going to actually add a little piece of paper. Let me get some washi tape works for me. Just because it's folded, I find that whenever I put like a score something and I put satin tape, I tend to like pull out some of the paper. So I'm going to use some washi tape. This is really low tech washi tape. I'm going to use some there. And I'm going to help myself up here with a little bit. Just because I don't want to, like, you know, because trust me, I'm good at staining surfaces by stenciling just wherever my hand lands. So I'm going to help myself with that. Okay, so I have it ready, and we're going to start. So I have Dusty Pink right here. So you guys, I'm gonna move it here so you guys can see the name. Okay, beautiful color. I'm gonna get a small little brush, one of the mini blended brushes, and I have quite a few. You're gonna see I have all my brushes here. So there, I'm missing. So I'm gonna start from the outside in, and I'm not gonna go heavy with my hand. I want something just soft and light, and I'm gonna make all the 4 lines the same color. Is it 5 lines? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chevron lines. Forgive me there. They're all going to be pink. Now, one of the things I have to hold this in place. Like I was saying before, I hope your summer is going great. Like I said, up here has been very hot. I know that a lot of Europe, a lot of North America, it's going through this heat wave, and it's hot, guys. It's hot and muggy. I was looking at the statistics yesterday. Well, they were talking on the TV. I didn't go looking for them. They were talking about it on TV about the fact that, well, Canada, we have a lot of forest fires right now because it's been really dry and hot. Before like in Western and Quebec, but some in Ontario too, where I'm at. But oh my God, even though like that, we've had like around out of July, and we are in July 27 today. We've had already 17 days of rain, and I mean because of the weather, it's so hot. We have hail and tornadoes because of it's just too hot, and I feel bad for all those people that have to suffer, like through all those climate changes. I mean, it's hard. I have like a little, well, I don't have a little dog. I have a dog, a 13-year-old Boston Terrier. He does not do well in the heat. So we spend a lot of time in the apartment with the air conditioning. Thank God for the air conditioning. So all I'm doing right now is just picking up some of the ink with my brush and just going on a circular motion on top of the stencil. And that's just going to leave the ink in the empty spaces of the stencil. So thus I'm creating my little chevron. So it's going to take me a little bit of time to do this. You're going to see that I'm just going really heavy up here at the corner, and then kind of just spreading the ink as I go to the center. I just want, you know, I want some interest on the background, but I don't want it to be like so, I don't want it to be the focal point. I want to create kind of a guiding line that's going to bring your eye to the focal point, which is going to be the pictures. So I'm just taking my time. And you guys can tell me, what are you guys making for dinner? Give me ideas, because I still don't know what I'm going to make for dinner. Today, both one of my kids is at school, and the other one is at an office, like a work function. So it's only gonna be my mother, my husband, and I. So I need ideas for 3 people. So that's going. Just adding some more ink. I'm gonna work on the other side. I'm gonna take my time. Like I said, heavy at the top of the page, and then just kind of spread the ink towards the corner of the chevron. Okay, again. And then we're gonna flip it and go at the bottom. And if you want to do like this multiple colors, all you're gonna need is use your satin tape to just mask the areas, and then slowly you're gonna have to work in sections. I am going the cheating way in a way to just picking the 2 colors, but like I told you before, my pictures have a lot of pink and green, so I'm gonna make sure that I bring those colors just so that I think of it as just like the companion to those. Okay, so I'm gonna emphasize those colors. So where are you guys watching us from? Like I said, I'm in Toronto, Canada. I don't know who is our out in your hopper today, where she's coming from, but thank you for being here. I'm very grateful that you're here to help, because we're looking at my page and I might be missing comments. So I'm sorry if I missed any comments or you guys are asking me anything. It's probably leftover chicken salad. That sounds good, but I have to cook the chicken. So I'm going to, yeah, I'm going to think about it. I have chicken breast. I have some quinoa. I have salad. There's always salad. So I'll see. I'll come up with something. As soon as I finish with this, I have to jump into the kitchen to work on that. So fun, guys. You from New Jersey, North California? Is New Jersey like really hot right now too, like us? We are at 38 degrees here in Canada right now. I think with a little bit more with the humidity, which is 106, 100 and something like that. In Fahrenheit, we work with centigrades up here, so it's a little bit like yeah. If you're in California, then yeah, you're in Sweden. Is it hot in Sweden, or just like because I know that a lot of European, like my cousins are in Spain, and they're like under a like on a heat wave, so they're having a hard time there too. So I think I have enough. Let me just double check. I think there's an area here that is driving me insane because I see the splotch there. I'm just trying to. The only thing about this, you're gonna be careful because the chevrons tend to lift a little bit, so just be careful like that. Okay. Your lunch time here. Oh, because you're on the West Coast. That's why. That's nice. No. Okay, so we have one side. Let me just put stuff away. Okay, so I'm gonna lightly lift this up. Don't toss away your masking tape yet. We're gonna need it for the other side. So see, this is what. Perfect. You see how it is darker towards the top of the page, but it lightens as it goes towards the center. Steamy New Jersey. I know. It's really hot. Like I think Canada and the U.S. I'm not gonna say it's not hot anywhere else, but it's really hot up here. Like to the point that you like I don't mind hot days, but when like there's nothing you can do besides go to the beach or go to like somewhere that has air conditioning, that's really not enjoying the summer. Unless you really like the hot temperatures, then you know I love you, but I'll see you inside the like an air conditioning place. It's just a little bit too much. It's just to each his own. Okay. So I'm gonna do this. You're gonna see I'm gonna do it. I haven't cleaned this, so I'm gonna show you like a cheap way to do this. I have a microfiber right now. Just clean it lightly so I don't create, a different color when I start. So I'm gonna get a new brush, and I'm actually gonna go with silver sage. And I see it's a little bit darker, but I don't want to go so dark. But I thought silver sage is a nice combination for this. The older you get, well, it is true. It is true because like I was saying before, my daughter went to African Lion Safari yesterday, so I'm gonna drink some water. And it was hot and she enjoyed it, but I think you're right. The older you get, yeah. So I'm gonna get this. So we're gonna start same way. Add more pressure as you start at the edge of the chevron, the one that goes closer to the edge of the paper, and then just kind of walk the ink towards the center. Okay, so work on that. It's gonna take you the longest. Let me see. The other, yeah, I think so. So imagine, like, like it's just, it's just stifling. Like I understand heat, but when you get like a lot of humidity attached to it, it makes it sometimes unbearable. For like I see it on my dog. He cannot be outside for longer than like 5 minutes, and he starts already panting, and of course his feet are touching the ground, which is hot. And then he is a Boston Terrier, so he's like, I don't know what you call it, but he can breathe that well in the heat. He has like a, I think it's called a short snout or something like that. So he has a hard time breathing in really, really cold situations or really, really hot. So he doesn't do great. So he's laying right now somewhere on the floor close to the air conditioner. And he's living his best life right now, trust me. You know those times when your dog goes outside and as soon as my dog, he goes outside, he touches if it's been raining, he sees water, he wants to come in right away. Because he doesn't like stepping on the water. Or if he sees heat, he goes through his necessities and he's pulling you back because he just doesn't like it. So I think I feel the same way. That's it. So again, I'm just doing the same way, adding more pressure as I start, adding the ink at the edge of my paper, and then just kind of literally just dragging the ink towards the center of the chevron. So it's gonna create like that softening effect as I get closer to the center. A lot of what I have in the center is gonna be close. It's gonna be close. Sorry, it's gonna be covered by the photo, so I'm not that worried about it. But whatever I have at the edges is gonna create the effect. And I wish it was a little bit wider so it would cover the whole thing, but I understand that if it comes to that, then I'll need a 12 by 12 stencil, and that's not, you know, I'm probably the only one that wishes that. Everybody's probably thinking, no, I'm okay with my little car size stencil, and that's fine. There's ways to making it work. We're almost there. Okay, there we go. And you're gonna see me. Let's see this. Okay, I'm gonna flip it here because it makes it easier to start from this side. And the only thing with this stencil, like I said before, is you gotta be careful, when you go with your brushes, it's just because the chevrons tend to move. So just kind of lightly hold it in place. That's what satin tape helps. Or if you want to do like multicolor, chevrons, then it's all about using your satin tape to mask the area, that you don't want to add color to. So just little things. I was thinking about doing it like an alternate color. And then I was like, no, 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 no. Live television is short, so no live television. Like a live session is short, and that will take not a long time, but it takes a little bit longer. So I'm just going to choose to kind of color block this. And we're getting there. So, like I said, this is the part that's going to take the longest. Let's see. We're almost there. Just going to add a little 2 chevrons here. And then we'll be good to go. So you're going to see, I'm just trying to make sure that, there we go. And I'm not going to put the stencil away fully. I'm just going to put it to the side. Just clean stuff here. Okay. Here we go. Okay, so you can see it. Perfect. Okay. Soft. I'm going to show you with the pictures what it looks like. Let me just clean it up. Outside of the camera, I'll go and clean it, you know, with water and soap or with some alcohol. But for now, if I might use it again, I'm just going to lightly clean it up. So here we go. So you're going to see like soft effect. That already you having like, you know, those points that just drags your eye to the center. So what we're going to put in the center is our pictures. See, having the pictures there, it automatically brings the eye to the colors. It just a play on the colors. This picks up on the pink, this picks up on the green. Okay, so I'm going to leave a little bit of space in the center and we're going to attach it right like that. Okay. So let's go. I have my tape here. I'm going to bring a ruler because it's going to make it a little bit easier to make sure that we're centered. Okay, so that's good. The good thing is that I have like, you know, that line to help me, the line of the chevron gonna guide me to where I have to put my pictures. Just making sure that I go a little bit higher. So go right there. To the right. And I leave a tiny little bit space in between the pictures. So that you can see the stenciling behind. Tiny little bit of space in between the pictures. So you see the chevron tip there? Maybe an eighth of an inch in between. Okay. Now we're gonna go to the top. I'm gonna flip the page because it makes it easier for me, guys. Nothing wrong with your camera. That was me doing it. Before you guys tell me, no, I can't see it. I did it. So, okay. I'm gonna sit right there. And I think one of my pictures at the bottom is crooked. Okay. So, let me just have some other tip here. Just get this faster. I forgot to refill my tape before the live, so I see that it's at the end of it. I think I have a little bit left. I still have some. I knew that I had to do something before the live. I need to refill my tape. So there you go. Go back to the original position. You see? Those little lines already bring the eye to that. But of course, we need to elongate this. Can't leave it like that. So that's when the aster flower, the Build a Garden morning asters are going to help you. Okay? Lots of color already. You can certainly color this more, but I don't think I need to. I just want to kind of tuck them in here. Just like that. Okay? And I'm going to go with the smaller ones. There's two designs in it. There's this one, and there's this one. I want something small. I don't want it to overtake the page. I'm thinking it just depends on how I want it. So I want it to kind of be coming from in between the pictures. See, in here, just gotta be careful. Let's see how I'm gonna set this up. Same idea on both sides. I don't want to cover. I want to make sure that my flowers don't cover pics, don't cover faces, don't cover bodies. I have a thing about those, like, I'm always careful about that. So I like that position there. I'm gonna help it with a little bit of glue. You don't need much, okay? Now the only thing here is I'm gonna need my little, you know what, I'm gonna cheat with my scoring board. I'm gonna take my ruler. In a pinch, do this. Okay, so it's gonna help it a bit here. So it's gonna fold with the paper. Okay. There you go. So just use the ruler for that. Okay, so I'm gonna add a little bit of glue. I'm gonna fold it and kind of lightly press there. And there we go. Okay. Now I'm gonna glue here. Okay, here we go. Don't need much more than that. I am gonna need a small sentiment here. Let me see what I pulled up. I love this sentiment, but I'm realizing that it's way too big. But I love the sentiment, but wait. I might be able to get away, but I'm gonna cover faces, so no. See, that's probably my list that is not gonna make it, but I have, where did I put my stencil? Here. I have this Be Happy right here, Smile, Be Happy. This is from the Metal Reflections, okay? So let me just move this up out of the way. And let me just get some cardstock. There you go. I have my obsidian black ink. I had my obsidian black ink. Where did I put it? Okay. See, magically it disappeared. Wait one second. I put it away. So here we go. I have my obsidian black ink and my stamp set and my block here. And I want the sentiment Smile and Be Happy. This is from the Metal Reflection stamp set. Right here. I knew I had it here, so I'm gonna take this. Okay. Let's see if that works. I'm gonna stamp it once again, just in case. To Be Happy, and I'm gonna stamp the Smile this way. So we're gonna cut. Just clean my stamps. My ink, let me put it away. Remember, we have 3 parts today to create. We're gonna, well, the journaling I'll do it outside of the camera, but not completely straight. So just close your eyes and think that it's nicely straight. So just, in your mind think, oh my God, Natalie stamped it so perfectly straight. So that's what I'm thinking. Natalie, you did amazing. We all see that it's not straight. Okay. I might need to help it with my scissors. Gonna be better. See, you don't need much. I need a heart. That much I know. I need a heart. I don't know if the Be Happy or the Smile are gonna be here. I'm debating on which one of these 2 sentiments is gonna stay there. Okay, let's clean up. I like to be happy, but I do think I need something to make it stand out. So let me see what we have around here. This is for my stash, okay? Oh, I know. I'm reading the comments and I don't want to, because I said somebody that could, you know. So this is for my stash. I always have like, generic stuff handy because I know it's going to help. So you see, that's all you're going to need, okay? Remember, you still have stuff to do on the side, so. And I'm adding something that doesn't have that much texture or dimension because when I create this, I am adding dimension to my page, okay? So, perfect. You see, no need for anything else. Maybe some enamel dots, maybe, but I doubt it. I didn't put them on my list anyway, so supply. So, here is where my story is going to be at. Still, even though I'm going to add my story, it needs some interest. So, see how this is flowing this way, like my flowers are this. I need something that's going to kind of point it this way, but I want to leave it kind of plain. This is the part that I debated, do I leave it plain or not? So, here's where we're going to go again into this. I am thinking that I do want to add this "Seize the Day," kind of a subtitle, something to give me like, kind of get you like, into what you're going to write on it. So I'm thinking that "Seize the Day" is a great sentiment for this. So I'm going to put it right here. Okay? And my lines of journal are going to be there. I am going to add something extra. Don't worry. I have you. Don't worry. So again, obsidian pigment ink. And I love this stamp set. Even though it talks about boats, it's just perfect. Okay? So here, and this is, think of it as just like your journaling prompt. Okay? This is what I'm looking at it. See? That kind of helps me like tell the story. So let me clean my stamp before I put it away. And there's another thing that I want to use from here. And there's these little bubbles here. Okay? Again, pigment ink. Remember, I need to tie all this together. Okay, so gotta be careful because I added ink to the corner. Okay, so I'm moving it. I'm gonna add another one down here. Okay, so these little bubbles are gonna be what is gonna help me like bring all of this together. Okay, and this, the portion down here. So lines of journal will go here. Okay, you see how the little bubbles? It just drags your eye through the page. Okay. You can do the same with enamel dots. If you want to add like, extra color, I will add enamel dots here, here, and then make sure like they zigzag on your page. Okay, so that makes your eye just jump through them. One of the things though that I want to add here is like one of these little butterflies. And I think I'm going to add it down here. Okay, so I'm going to be careful. Just down here. See, like just giving it a little bit of movement, some interest, because I want this to kind of mirror this. This is just my prompt. So this has like, just a way to tie them together, but I want something, and this butterfly is kind of pointing to this. So there's always a rhyme and a reason of why things are placed in certain way. And for this, it's just the way the butterfly, in this case, when the metal reflection is pointing up. So it's gonna kind of just lead you to there. Plenty of space for my lines of journal. So this is the one side of my page. So let's flip it. So now we need to bring some of that color from the inside to the outside. We're doing perfect on time. So let's clean up. So what are we gonna do here? Let's see. I have my title. So let me just pull it out. So I am using for this glitter cardstock. Okay, so I have my stuff here. Let me just, you guys see what I use. I am using this is Pink Brilliance glitter cardstock, and I am using the Mega U die to cut part of my title. Again, I'm playing with the pinks and the greens. Okay, clean up the stuff here. Take out the pieces. Again, this is Pink Brilliance glitter cardstock. And the Mega U die set. Mega U die to cut the word U. I cut it out of the lightest pink, which is Pink Diamond. Let me just put away my dies too. And then the second one, I am using the XO and more die set. And I am using just some white cardstock for the shadow of the hello. And Forest Canopy glitter cardstock for the other part. And I cut the word hello. I'm just trying to find my little pokey tool, which I can find it. So the pencil is going to have to help me for this. Oh, here it is. Sorry, I'm reaching in front of you guys under the camera. Okay, here we go. And be careful how I pull it out. Okay. And I have the shadow, regular white cardstock. And I use Peridot, I think that's how you pronounce it, out of the glitter cardstock. And the XO and more. So let me just put the stuff away nicely. Let's clean up the table so you don't see the mess. Because I'm sure that some of you are going, oh my God, you're messy. And I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, the mess you're making. So, okay, so let's clean this up. Out of the way, out of the way. So you're going to see I have my hello here. Let's go ahead and glue it to the shadow. And the reason why I cut the shadow of this, because I want the hello to, because it's so thin, I needed to add the shadow behind it just to make it, like, you know, kind of stand out a little bit more. So I'm just using my fine tip glue here. And we're getting there, so don't worry about it. See, memory keeping has to be fun. Just gotta find a way to tell your stories, and you know, whatever you want to just write them, go ahead. I think it's nice to attach a little bit of, like, you know, make them look a little bit nicer. You know what? I've been doing lives for a while now, and I find that if I don't keep my table clean when I'm doing it, I tend to go really messy. So start making live videos. There you go. Okay, so one of the things I'm going to do is I'm just going to, just with my nail right now, just kind of accent this little fold here. Let's clean this up. Below you can see part of it, but it needs color here. Okay, so my idea was below you, and I have this larger, the larger morning as Build a Garden morning asters, but it needs a little bit of color on the back. Okay, so I was thinking here. Okay, so to bring a little bit of color, and you're gonna call me crazy right now. Let me get something big rendered. Okay, let's move my stuff out of the way. Again, remember, I didn't throw my masking tape. Okay. Bear with me for 1 second, okay? I'm going to share what I'm going to do. Remember, like I said, I'm going to keep my inks handy. Okay. Take your ink. I'm going to get a bigger brush for this. I was going to drag the ink, and I'm like, nope. Just a little bit of color here, okay? Again, heavy at the edge and then kind of drag the ink towards the center. And you want to do it on the side that is, like, where the flap starts, not here. So then you have the picture on this side, on the opposite side of the picture. And heavy at the edge and then drag the ink towards. Doesn't have to be perfect. You just want to add some color so that your flowers and everything else that you're going to pop in it, it's going to pop a little bit more. But here's where you got to be careful. Remember that a little bit of color theory. This is pink, which is red and a little bit of white. This is green. Green is made out of yellow and blue. When you mix yellow, blue with a little bit of red, you create brown. So just before you get here, just start from the bottom up. Don't start from here down, because then you're going to drag the color down. Okay, so again, I'm using the same colors that I use inside. Heavy at the edge of the flap, and then move the ink towards the center. And I'm using my small ink blending tools for this. Doesn't have to be like I don't have to cover the entire page. Just enough that when I put my flowers here, it gives them some background so that they pop and they marry with the colors of the title. Okay. Remember, the hue is gonna go at the bottom. That's what I'm choosing, green at the bottom. The hello is gonna be on top, and the hello side of the green cardstock. So I'm kind of flipping the colors here so that I marry the two sides and the two colors together. Here, see, I'm being careful there. Just a little hint of green, but not enough to make full color in there. So drag the green a little bit more towards the center. I think I'm gonna extend it a little bit more. Okay. Extend it a little bit more. Yeah, there we go. So extend the pink a little bit more. Let's get my pink brush here. Here we go. Yeah, that's all you're gonna need. Maybe like half of the 2 inches. Let me put my ink away. My ink blending brushes away. And take this out. See? Brings the colors here. Okay? That's all you're gonna need. Clean. Okay? So now the hue, remember, sits at the bottom, opposite of this. The hello is gonna sit right here. That already helps. Now you're gonna bring your, like they're gonna come off the page. So I'm thinking I want one here. Okay, so let's start by gluing this. I'm gonna need glue for this. Okay, maybe move it a little bit higher. So I'm gonna put the glue especially at the edge here. Some of it is gonna be cut out. There's gonna be excess. Okay. Yes. Okay. Let me get another one. But this is just because you want to keep building on this. I think I'm going to go like that. Yes. Okay. Don't need much. You don't need to cover like the whole thing. You don't need much, just a little bit. I'll show you why in a little bit. Okay, so just You might be going, why is she doing that? Give me 1 second. Once I bring you the other, like, why I'm doing this, you gotta understand. I'm gonna cut the excess. Pair of scissors. Just be careful that you don't cut, like, the what's underneath. So be careful not to cut, like, my layout. So toss them in there. That's the way. Clean, clean, clean. See? Enough to bring this here. Okay? Clean edge. So still gonna fit. It's gonna look like a page on my album. Now the U pops, and the hello pops too. Okay? So we're gonna go ahead and glue this. See, like I say, you don't need a lot to create, like, and this will be perfect in a card. Think of a slimline card. This will be perfect if you're a card maker going, I don't know if you memory keep. This is an idea for pretty much a slimline card right here. Yeah. So I'm adding my glue here, and you're gonna see that I'm not adding extra dimension because I don't want it to be like super chunky. Remember, I'm already creating this flap. That's already gonna add dimension on my album. Okay, so this is gonna go right here. See, okay, here. Okay, remember we have a butterfly. We're gonna bring a butterfly here. So let's see where we're gonna put it. I think I wanna add it down here. Or up here. So I have the other two here. I think I want it right there. Okay. Okay, let's see this. And then remember, what do we bring inside to marry all of this? Let's go back to that. Let your trim sail, the little bubble. We're gonna marry these sides together. Yeah. So it's a partial. Because when you look at the other side, okay, you have the little bubbles there, like, these pages. No, the album, I use albums 6x8. I use my albums come from Citrus Biscuits. They do not come in the album. I use cardstock. Most of my pages are just white cardstock that I create from scratch. I use stamps and dies and everything else. I want to show you. Don't worry. We have 2 more minutes before I hang up to show you this. So that's about it. Like I said, I'm going to show you why I did that. Yeah, so you see my page? See, I do this. This is just white cardstock. I decorate myself. Okay, we did that. No, I did this on a video. So there's things that you can't see yet because they're not available. So, but we did this on the last live. See, I just added my journaling. So this one is gonna say this is the Easter pages here. And like I said, you'll see this how this came together on a video on Saturday. So check the blog. But you see how this is busy? If I put this here, it takes away the busyness. It's not. If I do this, it's too busy. But by doing this, I'm giving it some space to breathe. Yeah. So there you go. Okay. Now look at this. Just look at this. Is what we created today. Yeah. So you see, nice. Lots of white. Lots of breathing space. You have your pictures. Tons of space to write your story. Okay. There you go. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoy it. As always, if you share your, like, if you share the feed, I'm sure that, you have a chance to win a gift certificate to this. How do I punch the holes? I actually have a punch holder for that. There's a punch, but I also have this. I created a template. Okay, so I just took some heavy cardstock and created a template. So anytime I just put it there and, I have it handy. So let me flip the camera so I can see you and say the proper goodbye. So let's see. This is the one, yeah. You can see a sweaty mess. So thank you so much for joining me, guys. As always, it's always like, always fun to see. I'll see you in a couple weeks. I think I'm back on August 10th. So this time it will be at the end of the month. I'll be back to show you another idea. Always have ideas. As always, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you, whoever you're out in you today. Thank you for keeping the conversation going and helping with the links. Thank you all for watching. And if you're watching on replay, thank you so much for being here. Take care, guys.